arriving on Netflix on Thursday the 13th of March, we have the new series Adolescence, and here's a clip.
He's a good kid. Jamie, I want you to listen carefully. What's going on? I'm going to start off with asking you.
Do you know a girl called Katie Leonard? Yeah? Describe each other as friends then. Is she dead then?
Why would you ask her?
Stephen Graham never stops, does he, Hannah? And he stars in this. Oh, there are 4 episodes, by the way. But he also came up with the idea and co-wrote it with Jack Thorne, the acclaimed screenwriter. And it's about knife crime, basically. There's so many stories in the newspapers, aren't there, about teenage knife crime, and that is at the heart of this story. So it kicks off with the police battering down the door of a family home and arresting this 13-year-old lad, Jamie, played by newcomer Owen Cooper. He's very good. And Stephen Graham plays his dad. You've also got Ashley Walters as the arresting officer, Christine Tamarco as Eddie's wife, Manda, Mark Stanley, who's also in a lot of stuff at the moment and was in Happy Valley. He plays the solicitor, Paul Barlow, and Erin Doherty, who, well, famously was in The Crown, but recently she was in 1,000 Blows with Stephen Graham, the period boxing drama. She plays the child psychologist, Bryony. And do you remember Stephen Graham was in that film, which I think then became a TV series about a stressed out chef? It was called Boiling Point. And its USP, it was very good, but its USP was that it was all shot in one long take, which is quite a remarkable feat. Well, they've sort of done the same thing with this, one shot per episode, which I guess technically is very impressive, but I don't know if it's worth the hassle, if I'm honest. Anyway, this draws you in straight away because, you got the shock of the police raid. Then they take the kid down the police station. Mum, dad, the sister follow. The duty solicitor turns up, and we're straight into the police interviews. So I don't really want to give away too much, but the lad has been arrested on suspicion of the murder of a classmate who has been stabbed to death. Each of the 4 different episodes looks at a sort of different aspect of the case. Episode 1 is arrest and interview. Episode 2, the aftermath of the crime at school. Episode 3, the child psychologist. And episode 4, 1 year later, what's happening in the family home now. I thought it was really good. Great cast. Graham, as always, is great as the sort of shocked father who's sort of out of his depth in this situation. And I think we're going to uncover some interesting family dynamics as we delve into this young lad's story. So, and a very timely piece of work, I would say. What did you think of this, Hannah?
Do you know what? I sort of almost had a tear on my eye right from the very beginning, and I haven't watched all of this, but from what I've watched of it, I kind of already, it's really, really pacey, isn't it? The music down to, like you say, that dawn raid. I mean, I don't know the reality of whether they would do a dawn raid for something like this. I mean, there's obviously, he's arrested for murder, but it seems kind of odd that a 13-year-old child, in this scenario was kind of just already there, and I don't know. I mean, maybe that is what happens, but I did kind of question that. But aside from that, it was sort of very, very heavy-handed, but perhaps understandably. I think what's really interesting about this is the dynamic between the family members, particularly dad and son. And I think as it goes on, that will be, that there'll be more focus on that. But I mean, this is all because of the kind of increase in knife crime in young children, and just how scary and awful it is. And this shines a light on really what is a very normal family, and I suppose how it could happen to anybody, and you wouldn't necessarily know about it. And I think that I think for me, that was the chilling factor through this. I think from what I've seen so far, it is well done. It's multi-layered. There's some serious depth to this. And for any parent, I think it's quite a stark reality and quite scary, if I'm honest with you, and well done. Definitely kept me on the edge of my seat from what I've seen so far and made me want to watch more.